Hello and welcome to my review of set 75054, the LEGO 2014, the LEGO AT-AT. It came with 1,137 pieces and 5 minifigures, which we will take a look at in a second. The first minifigure that I would like to take a look at is one General Veers, and I think this is probably the best General Veers that LEGO's ever made. I know it doesn't have like the special like prints on his helmet like the newer ones have, or it doesn't have the dual molded legs like in the UCS AT-AT, but I think this is still like a really phenomenal General Veers. Like everything just looks good from the torso printing to the back printing to the helmet. Everything just looks really good. I'm pretty sure it's also a reuse of the AT-ST pilot or like the Hoth or something AT-ST pilot helmet, which does look good on him. It really matches it. I do wish it did have like the goggles on top like the new ones did, but I guess that's not too much of a problem. You can see his markings where he is set as a general. No other markings like that on him. You do have the back print there. Most of the things on his back and torso are the same blue that's on his helmet, but otherwise the base of him is gray. And I do wish we got like printed or dual molded legs, because they gave it to the AT-AT driver, but they didn't give it to General Veers, so that's kind of sad. But good figure either way. Yeah. Now we have the AT-AT pilot. Now, there's nothing really special about this figure. It's your pretty standard AT-AT pilot driver that we've gotten in the past and in like Microfighters and other AT-ATs. It does have the gray instead of the white, like the older ones have, but it does have leg printing though, which is a plus. And the helmet is just really good on this guy. Like the mold is really good. You can see a little bit of his head back there, but that doesn't really matter. But yeah, the helmet prints are all really good. They match and are really accurate. The torso print is also really good. And the tubes kind of like continue in the back there, which I think is a pretty cool kind of print to have. It would be cool to see if LEGO could make a version of this where like the helmet actually has the tubes on it, kind of like the First Order TIE Fighter pilot, but I guess not. You can see more detail there. And yeah, and same with the front. You can see all those nice details there. And it's actually the exact same blue color as the General Veers. It also has some nice leg printing on them. No really like side molds. I do like the way that the waist connects to the torso print there, which I do think is really good. But yeah, nothing too outstanding about this minifigure, but still good. And for our snowtroopers, we have this really nice snowtrooper commander, which is only a little bit from the different from the regular snowtroopers, because you can see that right there it has like kind of like commander markings, which really is the only difference. And it has white hands instead of the gray hands that the other ones have. Actually, most of the things that are gray on the other one is white here, so it does make it look a little different from the other ones. And it has the really nice cloth waistcape. I don't know why they ever stopped doing cloth waistcapes. Like, LEGO, bring these back. Like, these were so good. And it looks amazing on this minifigure here. But yeah, he comes with a blaster. And I really like the new, like, helmet mold that they have for this, where they make it look like it's kind of part of the cloth. And there's actually no backpack on this one either, on the commander. Just that print there. That's one of the downsides of also the newer snowtroopers, is that they also have no backpacks, which is kind of sad. But it still looks good nonetheless. Now for the build itself, we're going to be looking at this in sections, but just for right now, I want to say this is probably my favorite AT-AT model that LEGO has like ever done, like ever. It looks nice in 3D, especially the legs. It has really nice paneling to make it have a nice, clean, studless look, but also has studs to make it look more Lego-y. They use a lot of cool pieces in this set, which you won't find in many other sets, but I just wanted to say that this is probably the best AT-AT model that model that they have ever done. Starting off with the head of the AT-AT, which uses a bunch of panel pieces to achieve this nice curved look, which looks very accurate and really good. You can see here they use shovel pieces to kind of make the anti-personnel cannons, or the top anti-personnel cannons, and they use kind of like those antenna pieces for the bottom ones attached with some clips, and they use a jumper plate back there to kind of give it a little more detail. Same on the other side, and they placed them on like a circular dish piece, and right under it you have these like grates on like these triangle pieces, which I think looks really good. And for the two front main cannons, these look really good and accurate, especially for display. And under them, you can see there are some spring-loaded shooters, which come out the back here. So you can angle it like this, and then just click, and they'll both fire off like that. And for the inside of the head, you can see in there that there's, mine is a little weird colored, but there's a printed plate in there for like a control, and some plates where you can put minifigures. So you can put your AT-AT pilot. You can put your AT-AT pilot in there, and to make it a little more movie accurate, there's actually another like place so that you can put your General Veers back there as well. He kind of just slides right in, and none of their heads catch on the top, so you can do like that. And this is what they look like on the inside, just sitting there. But yeah, the head is really good, and it is connected to the body using these like janky connections with this really good like neck looking thing, with some weird connections make up the neck. And if you want to see more of that, you can open this, and you can kind of see a little bit of what's in there. And these plates do look really good on the side of it. And a problem that the old AT-ATs have that I've seen is that this was pushed back like way too far in, so it looks good to have it like pretty out. It's still like kind of pushed in, because you can see, but it is still like pretty more pushed out than the rest of them. And for the side doors, as you can see, they just open up because they're attached to like these hinge pieces here. And that's where you can place a couple of your stormtroopers. I can have them right here, riding along inside of the AT-AT. Close it back up, nice and tight. And another play feature that this has, which I don't think any of the other ones have, is that you can place a snowtrooper. You can place a snowtrooper in here, and close it back up, and just back it up a little bit. And that if you pull on something in the back, like this lever here, the snowtrooper it'll fall out just like that, which I think looks really cool and goofy, so you can just drop your troops out of. I'm pretty sure you can do all at once as well, like all the troopers at once, but it's pretty easy to close back up. All you need to do is just put it up like that and push this back in, and we can get, I don't think any other AT-AT has this. And now for what it looks like on the inside, you can just place your snowtrooper on in there, and then pull it on the back, and down he goes. Coming around back of the AT-AT, you can see that they use some jumper plates here to give it a little more design. I forgot to say, but also over here they use some of those plates. There is, like, for my liking, a little too many studs. Like, maybe they could have tiled this off along, but it still looks good nonetheless. And they use some of those triangle pieces again to achieve this curved, so that this part here can just sit on it. And these back panels also open up, so you can see all the Technic bricks inside. And for base, it's the same thing on the other side. And for the butt of the AT-AT, you can see like it has uses two pistol pieces right here as designs, which I think look really good. And there is the lever where you can pull back and the Snowtroopers to about from there. And for the legs of this AT-AT, or at least like the more down places of it, it's nice, really nice and toweled off, and since these are like pushed in a little bit, you can see it's kind of like 3D there. But they use these like plate pieces to cover up that, and then they're pretty easy. They're only held on by like one connection, so when you move them, they tend to like pop off. Oh, yeah, there it is. It does get a little bit annoying, but otherwise it's fine. And using these like Technic joint pieces, you can kind of just pose it any way you want. Put that back there. Same on the other one. Pose it any way you want. But I do really like the nice tiled off look that they have here. And this as well, to kind of like this and this to kind of cover up some of like the Technic pieces under it to give it a better, to make it look better on display. But and same thing on the other side, just like that. It looks really good though. The bottom half, pretty much the same as the top, with the opposable joints that kind of pop off sometimes, and just like the nice tiled off look with these like pushed back a little bit. They use a lot of these like 1x3 plates, which give it a lot of nice design here, like there, up there. It looks really good. And I do like what they did with like kind of like the feet here, where it's kind of like extra armor plating, which I think looks really good, like design wise. And same thing for all the other legs. And for the feet are really good for kind of like if you want to pretend that you're like marching on Hoth or something. They are a little bit inaccurate though. Well, there's a big accurate part and kind of like a less accurate part. The more accurate part is with these here, which I think is a fun like design that they put, because that's actually on the regular AT-AT. Like if you go to the Empire Strikes Back and look, they actually have those, which is a nice detail there. The inaccurate part is that there's no extra toe here. Like, on the AT-AT foot, they're supposed to have an extra toe, but it's a little bit annoying. But I guess if you had them, like, close together, they would, like, bump into each other, but, I still wish they could have put it on, maybe spread it out a little more, make it a few studs wider, but it still looks good this way, nonetheless, so that's pretty good. And the feet aren't really all that posable. Like, you can... Like, if you pick them up, they'll basically kind of just stay in place. They do have a little bit of movement, but not too much of movement. But still look good either way, and really good feet. Yeah. Probably one of the best parts about this set is that you can set it up like The Empire Strikes Back, where Luke, it gets tow cable and it like lays on the ground like this. So you can kind of recreate that. It would look really good in snow. Like, if you put this in snow, but it would damage the pieces. I mean, what kind of idiot would put their Lego set in snow? For my final rating, I will give this minifigures probably an 8 out of 10. I think they're really good. But some of them are just kind of basic, like the Snowtroopers and the AT-AT driver, but still really good. For the outside design, I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. Because I think this is the best AT-AT that Lego has ever gotten. And for the interior, there's not much, so I'll probably give it an 8 to a 9, because there's not much, but that, like, play feature is really good, so yeah, a 9. And just, play features, I'll definitely give it probably a 9, also because of that, like, dropping function in the spring-loaded shooters. And for my final rating, it is a 9 out of 10. Or 9.9 to a 9.5 out of 10, because this is just like a really good model. Also because nostalgia, because it's the first AT-AT I ever owned, but still like 9.5 out of 10, because this is just an incredible model. And thank you for watching, and I will see you later.